Hello guys, welcome to a new video on Tower of God New World, and in this video we're going to go over the two new ignition weapon sets that have been released with the most recent patch, and those two sets are Abgrund, I think it's called, I have no idea how to pronounce that, and Idea. We're going to start with Abgrund because it's probably the one that needs the least amount of time to talk about. It's pretty straightforward and there are not many units that can use it. So I'm going to open the tab of its main user, which is Kunran. You see that I already have an Abgrund set upgraded and I gave it to him. I farmed this set and upgraded it during my live stream. So if you were present there, you will already have seen it. I was quite lucky. It only took me like 300 or so keys to farm this set. So it's not much, especially because it came out quite well. So I'm happy with the result. And I would say this set definitely has potential, but at the moment, I would not recommend anyone to farm it because only Kunran can use it. Well, to be honest, to be fair, there are more units that can use it. The second one is Kiseiya, and the third one is like any carry you play with Evan, because Evan can also conceal the highest attack unit. But the option with Evan is quite weak because Evan only has a conceal at the start of the battle for 2 seconds, so you're going to miss on a part of the set of 4 effect. And then after like 10 seconds that the fight starts, you're getting no buff other than the 30% crit damage, which is probably not optimal most of the time. So for me, that's a big no. Kiseiya at high deficits wants the Rayana set to be able to one-shot the enemies. Without it, I don't think it's really that possible for her to deal as much damage as she needs to. If it's like PvP or like lower deficits, fine, she can work with it. I would say in the same scenarios where you would use before the L set on her, you can now use the Abgrund set. Is probably an okay upgrade over the other one, over the L set, but it doesn't beat the Rihanna set as far as I tried it out. And there is also one thing to say that like usually, since resources for ignition weapons are extremely limited, you don't want to use sets that are specific to one unit. You want to build sets that can be used on multiple units. And Abgrund is no such set. Like you need to build one set for Kunran and one set for Kiseiya because Kiseiya is a physical damage dealer and Kunran is a magical one. So it's really the worst investment possible. And like the returns of this investment are even worse. Like you're not really getting a lot out of it. Now let's just open one piece and go over the two side effect and the four side effect. The two side effect, as I said, is just a 30% crit damage increase. It's not even that much. While we were looking at the dev notes and the update notice, once we discovered that they were going to release this new set, I said I was hoping for like a 50 to 60% increase in the crit damage, and for the crit rate, I don't think I said a number, but like the crit rate increase is fine, and it's also for 8 seconds, which I think in the dev notes was less than that, was like 5 seconds. So 8 seconds is definitely already quite good. And the 30% crit damage increase is quite low in my opinion. It's not really that important. So for me, these sets, like the side effects are really average. The damage increase you get is okay, but nothing really too crazy. The HP recovery only procs while you are concealed, which for Kunran is okay because it's going to be concealed quite a few times. For Kiseiya, if she starts killing, maybe in PvP, is also good, but really, I don't know. Overall, what you get here is not too important. The 50% crit rate increase is nice because I think I'm close to 50% here. Yeah, I'm close to 50%. With the additional 50%, I get to 95.5. So that means basically 100% crit rate. While Kunran is in his fog with a thunderstorm, what is inside there is getting 80% crit rate and 80% crit damage increase. So he's already well above the 100% crit rate. Once he comes out of it and it becomes revealed, he's going to get a 50% increase for 8 seconds, which means like he's basically always going to have close to 100% crit rate, which is not a bad deal considering the additional crit damage. So overall, the damage increase on Quran is nice. On everyone else, really not usable in my opinion. I would not waste resources to farm one of these sets at the moment. Maybe in the future we'll get more units. I hope so. And at that point we can then think about it. But for now, like there are really one real use case, one only one unit that can get an improvement out of it, and the other one is just better with Rihanna. So for me, no reason to farm this set. Now, the second set is Idea. And Idea, let me see, where is you? Okay, obviously has surplus are on top. So Yuri. Yuri is the unit I'm trying now with the Idea set. I didn't run too many tests with this set because unfortunately while I was farming like for Abgrund set, I didn't get a lot of good pieces for Idea, so I couldn't really make a set with resistances. I only found like a crit damage piece, which is also quite average, and a physical pierce piece, which is average again. So yeah, I could make one set for her, even though I still don't think this is really the way to go. I invested so many resources, guys, just for testing purposes, and this is just not that great. Rihanna is better on Yuri overall, but that's more for a Yuri video. I'm not going to talk about that. But basically, idea, what this set does is the two set effect is just 65 effect resistance, which is not a bad deal. It will help the unit just ignore annoying debuffs like resistance reductions and crowd controls, etc. Not bad, not bad. The force set effect is going like after the first special move, you're going to get 500 energy. Now, this might sound good on paper. Like I immediately thought of using it on Yuri because Yuri has like a 5 seconds provoke and invincibility in her special skill, and immediately after she can cast the second one for a total of 10 seconds, pretty much. The thing is, like for some reason she doesn't cast it immediately, so there is still time for the enemy to just kill her. So I don't know. It's not like I really like it. And one, to really use this set, you also need Yuri to be Rainbow 5, because before it, she's probably dying before she can even cast a special skill. And if you have a team composition that allows her to survive enough to cast a special skill, probably she can survive enough to cast the second one without idea anyway. But still, I don't know, this set could be used on a lot of units, but to me is not best on anyone. I was like, well, let's just open the different tabs here, like the different colors, and see which one could, like which unit could benefit from it. Evan, for me, no. You just need a bit of swiftness, and this guy can just chain the special moves. It doesn't matter. Urek, whatever. No, I don't think so. You could use it, but then it doesn't really matter. No, the special skill is too weak. It's not important. On all ranged units like Eden, Compress Rack, Hiwa, I would still go with the L set. There is really no reason to go with this one because it doesn't provide any additional damage. So you're losing out on additional attack speed, additional attack for nothing in returns, just to cast the second skill. Especially for Hiwa is useless because Hiwa, once the 7 seconds are finished, she will most likely have enough energy for a second one. So it doesn't matter. Compress Rack and Eden take too much advantage of the additional attack speed. It doesn't make sense like remove it for a quicker special skill. Useless. BAM, like supports in general, I don't think it's really too important, but there could be some supports that can use the second quick skill. BAM is not one of them. Hats, no, useless. Vespa. Vespa could be an option. I don't know, maybe I'm thinking more for bossing purposes. Could be an option to have a second skill quickly, but I don't know. Because now with the revolution system, you could potentially add lifesteal to a lot of warriors. So the Bergamot set could be replaced. And Idea could then be a good substitution. But that's to me for later. Like at the moment, right now, I don't see Idea as a good set for almost anyone. And in the future, there is the potential to replace the Bergamot set just because we're going to get lifesteal from the revolution system. So we don't need tons of lifesteals. Like 40% lifesteal is already way too much. It doesn't make any sense. So if we can get like a 5-10% lifesteal from the revolution system, we can already just replace the Bergamot set and use the idea set, which will grant us like resistance to crowd controls and debuffs, which is huge, and then that additional energy for a quicker second skill. Okay, just whatever, but still better than a Bergamot probably. So yeah, again, as I said, for now, I don't see it being used, but in the future could be. Gosang or Gray, whatever, I don't think so. This knight here, nothing. Shibisu, no, because after the target is dead, he's going to cast it immediately anyway. So for yellow, no users, in my opinion. For purple, Gustang, I don't think so, it doesn't really matter. More provokes with Karaka doesn't matter. Elset for Mashini. For Oakin could be an option. I could see it, yeah, yeah, I would say, as I was saying before, once you get the Revolution Road and you get the, where is that, Lifesteal upgraded enough, then I would say, sure, go ahead and just remove the Bergamot set from him and give him the the idea set. I think for him could be a good option. Definitely not for ranged units. For Kiseiya, I don't think so. I don't think so. Rihanna is way too strong. Verdi, again, LSAT. For Kun Agero, could be. I still think Runda is probably better because you need that initial energy on a lot of like carry units. So it's definitely helpful to have Runda or Doris. But I mean, his special skill is quite nice. It would be good to have a second cast quickly, but probably unnecessary. Rachel, doesn't matter. Then we have Nare. For her, could also be okay to have a second special skill cast very quickly, but I don't think it's necessary. For Endorsey, doesn't matter. She's a bait. We don't care. Ghost, no, obviously you want to use the Miongo set, the defense set. Prince, whatever, the other units are pretty much useless. Let's just speed up and move on to the other ones. Now, now, Evan Kell could be a good user of that set. I would say is not a bad option. I'm looking, I don't think they have, yeah, exactly. We don't have lifesteal on mages. So that's a bit of a problem. I would still go for, yeah, I would still go, hmm, actually, this is interesting. Like, it could be possible to run idea set with crit damage and magic pierce. She's Rainbow 5, then with Michael and Warrior she casts a special skill immediately. She casts it. She kills maybe one or two units, then she casts it again immediately with basically no downtime. And that's huge. Probably even better than the L set because the L set, like needs a bit more to proc the additional attack. So yeah, could be an option, guys. Could be an option for Evankel, I would say. For Viol, no way. For Warion, no, I still think like Runda or some sort of more defensive set would be better for supports. They also don't have lifesteal in the kit, in the, sorry, Revolution system, so yeah. Vicente. Vicente probably, yeah, Rayana is still better. You don't really care about the special move on him. For like Romay double shield doesn't really matter in general. Romay is not really that used. Xixia doesn't matter to have more special skills. I mean, it's okay to have heals, but really not important. Apple, for Apple, could be. No, doesn't really matter. It's fine also for her. So in general, like also for red, there is no one that really can use it other than Evankel, and could be a great option. I don't know if it's worth it to invest on it, but could be an option, definitely. I could see it. Now for blue, I would say like instead of Bergamot, for this guy, if you're not planning on using him as a suicide bomber, I think Urek can use the idea set because he has the lifesteal there. He has the lifesteal from the exclusive equipment, so you can already get more than 20% lifesteal easily without spending too many resources in the revolution system. So with 20% lifesteal and the like additional special skill is not a bad thing. What I think is bad is the effect resistance. Because this guy is already immune to crowd controls, and I'm pretty sure, well, actually I haven't tested it, but I think that if he resists or evades a debuff, he's not going to proc the effects on his passive and the other things, also the exclusive equipment. So it's quite counterproductive probably. I don't know. And still, if you're running in with resistances, the second special skill is not that impactful anyway. So no, probably not. Not a good candidate. Then Escanor doesn't matter the special skill for like for that Tamashini. What would you run on her? Like not Bergamot, probably L. No, I don't know. Like idea could be an option just to resist some crowd controls and keep attacking if you have a lot of investment in her. If you don't have investment, doesn't matter. I would still probably run Doris just for the additional swiftness and not idea. So yeah. For for Meliodas. For Meliodas, actually for Meliodas, it's a good set, I think. Because this guy gets a lot of benefit out of the special skill, and the special skill deals a lot of damage. It doesn't really need Bergamot, which is the thing I'm usually running, and I think most people are running on him. So idea could be good, because then he casts two special skill immediately, he has pretty much no downtime on his passive for the damage reduction. You could probably then run him with more damage, a damage-oriented build. I already use him, obviously everyone should use him with Magic Pierce, but for me, this lot is usually magic resistance. Not that it needs it, but I usually run it anyway, just to be on the safe side. Now I could probably just forget it, run the crit damage piece, and go with the idea. You get the additional like resistance to crowd control and debuff so that it doesn't get stunned and stuff. Not bad. I would say idea is probably a really good set on this guy as well, because again, he is a warrior. You can go in the revolution system and increase the lifesteal from here, so you're not losing anything basically. Really, really good. On Elizabeth, doesn't matter. Kunran, no, we already have Abgrund or whatever. You want to use Rayan on Blarode. Blank is a support. The special skill is nice, but I would still go with Runda, probably just for the additional energy it provides to your like carries in general. If you're in a position where you don't need to use the Runda, maybe idea is an option, but then you would need so many different ideas, which is quite quite strange. Navik. I don't even think it makes sense to think about that guy. For Kurdan, I think Kurdan can run anything as long as there is the amount of resistances he needs. And idea could be good because it then drains the energy from the enemies. So it's definitely a good thing to have. The Aurora also has a good special skill. Could be an option, but I would still run Runda or Doris on support. Then the other guys are pretty much meh, average. Not really used, so I'm not going to talk about them. And yeah, now for green, Yuri is a candidate, but I'm not having that much success with her. So it's a bit unfortunate. No way for Rachel. It's a hard, doesn't matter. Like the first special skills are just useless ones, so it doesn't matter. His best set is L, and that's it. And when he's not using L, you can just run Bergamot, and that's fine. Then we have Ren, Lopobia Ren. You could potentially use it, but it's not like you're going to get any huge advantages. The main thing is you are probably going to dodge some annoying debuffs, so that's definitely helpful for like more damage and more survivability in general. So makes sense. Bergamot, which is the set I'm usually running, doesn't really give him anything. L set with resistances is probably the best set on him. Let me see if I change the value in my tab. Yeah, I put L set. The second set is Bergamot. I would probably go Idea now, to be honest. Let me see, Idea. I think Idea is a really good alternative to the L set for him and way better than Bergamot. Same thing, what I said before here for Meliodas. Medi. Yes. So I think Idea is the best set for him. And I will just move Bergamot to the second spot there. So yeah, okay, for Ren, can definitely work. Also, let me move one thing here. Huh. It's hard for Evankel, as I said before. Idea could be better than L, but I'm not sure. I will have to test it. I will try to see if I can farm a good um, like idea set with Magic Peers, and then I'll try it out. We will see. Now, after Ren, let's see. Child and Dorsey. Child and Dorsey. She has a really good special skill, and she usually runs Bergamot. So he's also a candidate for Idea later on, though she's a mage, so she has the same problem as Evankel. She doesn't get lifesteal from here, so it's quite difficult to get that additional survivability. But if you're running like high resistances, as you probably should on her, so you would want to run an idea with resistances, then it's fine. You don't really lose out too much. I'll put it as a secondary option here because it could be run and it could work just fine. You can cast the energy interruption more frequently and just the additional damage is huge. So it's not a bad deal. Definitely better than Bergamot if you can find a way to get lifesteal though. So it's complicated. I don't know. Complicated. If you really like, if you can go over 100% resistances, then sure, you don't need lifesteal. If you have like 85, 80%, then lifesteal could be important. She does get some sort of regen in her kit though. Now that I think about it, like when she uses Girl Revolution here, she gets. No, this is just the. Yeah, it's in the exclusive equipment, right? Recovers HP equal to 20% of the damage dealt to enemies with basic attacks. Okay, it's not everywhere, but okay. Could work, guys, could work. I will give it a shot. For now, I'll just leave it in the second position. I also said before Oakin. I think Joaquin, I will put him idea as the first set because I really think it's a good option. Beware, I have to try them first, but I'm pretty sure they work better than Bergamot. The condition is that you need to have the additional lifesteal from the Revolution system. Shilil, doesn't matter, you want to use Oriana anyway. Yonhi, Elset. For her, for Shane, for Shane, probably yes. She has a good special skill, so I would say not that she's really that used, but she's not even that bad. So yeah, Idea is a good option. Yeah, that's it. Good option. Other units, for sure, not on her, obviously. Rihanna there. For this guy, for this guy, I mean, his special skill is really strong. Having it cast 2 times in a row basically would be quite big. Would be quite big. But still, is a support. I would still run him with Runda or Doris. But it's definitely possible to run him with this new set as well. Then we have Lozelle, doesn't matter. All the other ones here do not matter. So, okay. I would say the video like came out longer than I expected, but I tried to go over like a lot of units. I think we found some key ones that are worth testing and where I think the set will really work well. So, yeah, I would say, guys, that's pretty much all. If you have questions on this set, if you have already tested them in some ways, please let me know in the comments down below and we can have a discussion about it. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please drop a like, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.